Kashmir, and how is India projecting it?
In Indian of Kashmir, the Kashmiri youth are struggling for their fully deserved, pledged and internationally recognized right of self-determination. That is their right, and they waited for it for 40 long years. They struggled for it for 40 long years through peaceful means, and instead of listening to them, India continued strengthening her grip on Kashmir, with the result that Kashmir was left with no alternative but to take to arms, which is not only their right, which was not only the only alternative, but which has been recognized by the United Nations General Assembly under its resolution number 2621, which gives every enthralled nation the right to resort to arms when their peaceful efforts to get their rights fail. And in addition to that, it has been mentioned in this very same resolution that all the members of the United Nations must help such liberation movements. And the third point is that the freedom fighters should be treated as prisoners of war. So far as India is concerned, they are not only crushing this movement just like the worst of colonialists, just like savages, just like beasts, but they are projecting it internationally on a line which is completely baseless. They take us, dub us as terrorists, whereas Kashmiris are not terrorists, they are freedom fighters. They dub us as freedom, these fundamentalists. We are not fundamentalists in the sense that we don't want the non-Muslims of Kashmir not to be treated as Kashmiris. Non-Muslims of Kashmir are as much Kashmiris as any Muslim. So first of all, India projected Kashmir as a part of India, which is completely nonsense, because firstly, the pledges India had herself given not only to us, not only to Pakistan, but also to the United Nations about giving Kashmiris their due right of self-determination. That pledge has not been fulfilled, number one. Number two, the very map of United Nations official map shows that Kashmir is not an integral part of India. So India's claim of Kashmir being her integral part is complete nonsense. Second allegation against us about India from Indian side is that we are fundamentalists, which is complete nonsense in the sense that even the Hindus of Kashmir are on record having said that they can expect more protection from JKLF, Jammu Kashmir Liberation Front, that's our organization, than from the government of then Farooq Abdullah. They are on record having said that it has been printed in Kashmiri papers. And then there are instances when during curfew, our relief committee preferred feeding and cladding non-Muslim, to Muslims. And then we have formed a government, a provisional government, which has as many as 4 non-Muslims. That is in complete proportion to the population of non-Muslims in the state. So what makes India, what justifies India to call us a fundamentalist movement or organization? There is a white light and completely utter nonsense.
What is the level of repression that is taking place in the Indian occupied Kashmir?
Well, so far as the level is concerned, I don't think there is any precedence to the type of brutality, to the type of savagery, to the type of inhuman acts inflicted by Indian armed forces in Kashmir. You have reports from, not from us, but from international media when they were allowed over there. They have confirmed that even infants, babies were killed, old people were killed, and there is an instance when a bride was raped by an Indian security man before she had first night with her husband. That is the type of savagery, that is the type of brutality. They are not human beings, they are beasts, they are savages. the Indian, forces of occupation in Kashmir. And when India comes out and poses herself to be a great nation, it's complete nonsense.
What is life like under curfew?
Well, curfew has been a continuous process for the last about 8 months now, 9 months now. Sometimes they do lift it for a day or two or few hours in a day. But there was a period when for 15 long days there was not a single minute's break in curfew, and you can imagine what type of life people must have been living then. It was definitely a conspiracy to kill entire population of Srinagar to